Hi, boys and girls. For today's assignment, we are going to be learning some vocabulary words that will help us in our next reading unit. And that's our learning target for today. I can learn new vocabulary words about social studies. Our next reading unit is going to be really closely connected with social studies stuff because it's all about the United States, the important symbols and words and documents that help make our country unique. So today I'm going to talk to you about some 4 important vocabulary words, and then I'm going to show you the vocabulary web assignment that you're going to do. A thinking web is a way to organize your thinking and connect ideas together to help you remember things. But first, let's look at our words. The first word I want you to learn about today is loyal. Loyal is an adjective. It's a describing word. You can describe a person or an animal or something with the word loyal. If you look at the spelling of it, it's got that OY that makes the oi sound. The rest of it is pretty sound outable. When you are loyal to someone or something, you strongly support it. For example, in this sentence, the loyal fans cheered when the team scored. They're strongly supporting their team. They're loyal to it. You can be loyal to people, or other things can be loyal to you. When I hear the word loyal, I often think of a dog, because a dog is very loyal to its owner. They love them, they support them, they just want to be with their person. When you are loyal, you feel that way about something. Okay, word number 2. This is a long one. Sovereignty. Sovereignty is an unusual word that you might just have to memorize. In the middle of it, there is the little word reign, R-E-I-G-N. If you know that word, reign, it's like what a king or a queen does. And a sovereign, if we take another chunk of it, is another word for a ruler of a country, like a king or a queen or a president or an emperor or whatever. Sovereignty is a noun. It's a thing. And sovereignty is the right and power of a nation has to rule itself or another country or state. So if a country has sovereignty, it has the right to be its own boss, to rule itself. It's its own ruler, its own sovereign. The founding fathers wanted America to have sovereignty or independence from British rule. Now, it's great when you can find a sentence like this where it has a tricky word and then it has or and another word, because that's a trick that authors use to tell you what the first word meant. The founding fathers wanted America to have sovereignty or independence, so right there the writers were like, ooh, you might not know the word sovereignty. It means the same as independence. It's the right to rule yourself, in this case. Okay, here's another word you've probably heard before. Democracy. Democracy is another noun, it's another thing. A democracy is a type of government, and it's the kind of government where the people choose their leaders by voting. This was a big year for democracy in our country because we had a presidential election a few months ago. In the United States, we vote for president because our government is a democracy. So, we've talked about 3 of our 4 important words. Loyal, when you support something strongly. Sovereignty, the right to rule yourself if you're a country. And democracy, it's a kind of government where people choose their leaders by voting. The last word is civic. Civic is an adjective. It describes the duties, rights, and responsibilities of citizens in a community, city, or nation, which is a lot for such a small word. So, civic has to do with all the things that you do because you're part of a country. if you think about elected officials like presidents, senators, and governors, they do their civic duty by serving the nation. They're doing the thing that is their responsibility to help the nation. As a kid, your civic duties are a little different. It might be things like picking up your trash when you're out in a park. You're being a responsible citizen in your community, and so you are showing civic responsibility. All right, I would say out of these three words, that one is the most complicated. It's the duties, rights, and responsibilities of a citizen, but it's a describing word, so it tells about what kind of duties, rights, and responsibilities you have. You might have student responsibilities about doing your homework and getting good grades, but civic responsibilities are things you do to be a good member of your community. Whew, that was a lot. When you do the next part of the assignment, you'll probably want to have your purple My Book handy because this is in your book with a little bit more detail. You can also play this video again and listen to me go through them. In the directions for today's assignment, I'll tell you what pages to go to, but in your purple My Book, all of this and an example web is on page 224 and 225. So you can flip to those pages to read this all one more time. For now though, today's assignment is to work on a thinking web with these 4 words. These are important words about our nation, and each of these words is connected because they are connected to our nation. In the jam that you're going to use today, you're going to add sentences, words that mean the same, or even pictures that help you remember what these 4 words mean. For example, for sovereignty, I might add the word independence, because sovereignty means basically the same thing as independence. Up here, coming off of democracy, I would put something about choosing your leaders by voting, because that's what makes democracy special. It'll be interesting to see what you come up with. And as always, remember, if you get stuck, you can come to office hours and I'll help you out. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.